A small daycare in suburban Massachusetts, a single accusation, and a community consumed by fear. What really happened inside Fells Acres Day School? And how did one claim spiral into one of America's most controversial trials? They said there was a magic room, a place no one could find, but every child remembered. What really happened inside Fells Acres? Tonight, we separate facts from fear. Welcome to Unveiled Truths, where we revisit real cases that changed the justice system forever. If you're into verified, thought-provoking true crime stories, don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share this video so others can join the discussion. Malden, Massachusetts, 1984. The Fells Acres Day School had been a trusted neighborhood daycare for nearly 20 years, run by Violet Amirault and her family. But that September, police arrived with an arrest warrant for her son, Gerald, accused of inappropriate contact with a 5-year-old boy. The case might have ended there, but it didn't. Parents were frightened. Rumors spread, and soon, Fells Acres became the center of a growing panic. Investigators organized a meeting with about 65 parents. They were urged to question their children, to keep asking, even if the kids said nothing happened. Police even mentioned a magic room and a clown, words that would soon echo through dozens of interviews. Over the next few weeks, more children began telling extraordinary stories of secret rooms, costumes, and strange rituals. By the end, 41 children accused the Amirault family of abuse. Critics later argued that the interview techniques were suggestive and pressured, possibly creating false memories in very young children, a problem that would become central to later appeals. Gerald Amirault was tried first in 1986, followed by Violet and her daughter Cheryl in 1987. The courtroom setup was unprecedented. Small desks for the children, placed directly in front of the jury. The defendants sat to the side, unable to look their accusers in the eye. Prosecutors relied heavily on the children's testimony and on medical opinions suggesting signs of abuse. The defense said there was no physical evidence and that the interviews had influenced what the children said. In the end, all 3 Amiraults were convicted. Gerald received 30 to 40 years, Violet and Cheryl 8 to 20. As the years passed, public opinion began to shift. Experts reviewing the tapes of the interviews raised red flags, leading questions, repeated sessions, and subtle pressures to remember certain details.
Well, the governor wants these pardons to go through, but today we heard powerful testimony from the victims and their families pleading against it.
I have been sentenced to a lifetime of grief that I have somehow failed my daughter, while the Amiraults robbed my child of her childhood. Where's my pardon?
Gerald Tookie Amirault and his sister Cheryl were convicted of sexually abusing children at the Fells Acres Daycare in Malden in the 1980s. Now they want to be pardoned, their records wiped clean. Jennifer Bennett was 4 at the time.
With all the things he has done to me, I live with the life sentence as a result.
It would be just plain wrong to approve them.
The prosecutor at the time says the case was solid, but Governor Baker pushed for the pardons, saying he doubts the evidence based on how police investigated at the time. The Amirault's lawyer says the children were persuaded to say they were abused.
The investigation was permeated with bias.
Gerald served 18 years in prison, Cheryl 8. Both are registered sex offenders. The Amiraults were not in the hearing, hoping to avoid emotions from boiling over, but that could not be stopped.
How would you feel if this was your kid up here? Would you still let the man walk away? I strongly urge you to deny this pardon.
The vote could come as early as tomorrow. Live at the State House, Sean Shirebot, WCVB News Center 5.
In 1995, a court overturned Violet and Cheryl's convictions, ruling that the unusual courtroom setup violated their right to confront witnesses. But in 1997, Massachusetts' highest court reinstated the verdicts, saying the process had been flawed but final. Violet Amirault was later released on bail due to illness and passed away that same year. Gerald served nearly 20 years before his sentence was commuted in 2004. The Fells Acres case remains one of the most debated in U.S. legal history, part of a wave of 1980s daycare abuse prosecutions now viewed through the lens of moral panic and unreliable interviewing methods. It's a story about fear, justice, and the fragile line between protecting children and protecting truth. What do you think? Was this justice or a tragedy born of hysteria? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this story informative, please like, share, and subscribe for more real-life cases that challenge what we think we know. Until next time, stay curious and stay critical.